Hi, my tarot bumblebees. It's Ethany. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, hello, if you are brand new here. Today, I am bringing you some new decks from Llewellyn and some new books. I haven't reviewed some books in a while and shown you what's inside them. So I've got some lovely brand new goodies. I've been waiting for the Forest of Enchantment Oracle for so long. I love the tarot deck. This, just from the box alone, may be my new favorite tarot deck. Oh, watch out, the Hedgewitch. I've got so much. I couldn't actually even hold it all in the before screen, or I guess when I was taking photos. But I've got books on tarot. Oh, let's see. I've got books on, yes, Unquiet Voices. Oh yeah, so I've got lots and lots and lots to share with you. So I'm going to, as always, swap over the cameras and go through everything with you. I've got all of the links for where you can go and get the books and the decks and support these creators in the description box below. And let's go check it out. A Psychic's Handbook is by Michelle Welsh, and it's methods and advice for communicating with spirits. And I wanted to show you what is in the book. And this is the third book by Michelle. So let's take a quick look at the contents, because I feel like this is an important thing. Do you remember when we were able to do this on Amazon? It's so annoying that we can't do this anymore. So here's the contents. It's great that there's some checkups and terminology, a way for you to track the exercises and journal prompts. And then we have assembling the handbook. So this is a lot of very core practices for anyone who is working with psychic energy. And then we have divination exercises from ancient to modern. So all of these practices, so cards, dreams, all that kind of stuff, are great ways of building your psychic handbook. And I tell people when I'm teaching them psychic development to try as many things as possible, even if they're not sure it's going to be for them. The perfect thing is that you never know until you do try, and then you might be really surprised by what you really are drawn to. So heaps here. And then practice makes psychic exercises to sharpen the senses. And there's quite a lot there. So 253 to 289. And then the 8 E's of psychic success. I want to look at that. So let's have a look at the checkups. So these are, as you can see, there's a lot that has gone into this book. And then there's some terminology, and then exercises and journal prompts. So much information in here. I mean, look how many there are. It just keeps going and going and going. So the great thing about this is that you can literally come back here and see if there's something that you want to work with, or even just, intuitively pick something and go to it. It's easy for you to check out. So there is just so much in here. Okay, I really want to have a look at the E's at the back. Okay, oh, I opened it pretty much to... Okay, so this we're going to have a look at a part 4. This is right at the back here. Education. I mean, I feel like that's pretty important. You do need to be educated, and I'm a huge believer in continuing your education and expanding that. The second is experience. The third is ego. So reading about the ego. Fourth is energy. Fifth is empathy. Six is ethics. Love that that is in here. 7 is entertainment. And 8 is excellence. And then we've got all of these incredible journal prompts as well for you to go through. So this is one of the really big books that Llewellyn puts together. And as you can see, it is packed full of information. So if you're looking for a nice playbook as to kind of get started and lots of exercises and journaling prompts, this may be the book for you. I love reading other people's takes and experiences with psychic development, even though I have been highly psychic since a child, because we all come from it from a different perspective. We all experience things differently. And so it's really great to read other people's experiences. So you get a well-rounded perspective. It may not be the way that you see it or you experience it, but it's still worthwhile. I mean, this is a chunky monkey. It's like 400 pages. So that's a lovely big book to dive into to continue developing or to start developing your psychic abilities. I've been really looking forward to Devon Hunter's book, Bad Vibes Field Guide. I love this topic so much, and it's not always easy to find good material on it because, I don't know, it either comes across as like super, love and light and pancakes, or just really trying to be edgy. But I know that Devon has got a really good sort of grasp on this and really walks their talk as well. So here we go. It says like start here in case of emergency, and then there's sensing vibrations, bad vibrations, cleansing and triage, and protection and transmutation. And something that I feel, I know I'm folding over the book, I'm sorry. Every book person just like, screaming at me. And one of the things that I like about this is it's not just like one of those books where it's like, oh, well, you feel the vibes. Okay, well, good luck with that. And then we have an exercise list. It's like something I don't get with like a lot of shows where they go in and paranormal shows or, come help me, I've got haunting. It's like, why do you not have someone who is qualified and experienced as a medium or an energy sensitive, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, who's able to like cleanse and get rid of the issue, especially when people go in there and like just kick shit up. It's really infuriating. So there's lots and lots of exercises. And then we've got the forward here and we go through the introduction. So I love that we've got this right from the bat. We have this protection prayer. And one of the things that I remember from one of my psychic development classes in Australia was having a good protection prayer in place. And I mean, you don't even have to be religious, but what it does is it's an affirmation and it really helps you kind of get into like just an active participant in your protection instead of feeling like as if something's happening to you. You can then like click back into the present and get ownership back of your own energy. I like the way this has been set out as well, like the interior. So I like that we're looking at vibration and the framework of vibration. So this is also really interesting that not every book I've read on this subject, it actually even talks about things like a shift in personal physical energy or focus or interest, overshadowing and aspecting. Like this is not stuff that I've seen in, a lot of books. So I love that this is really interesting and thought out. It's like, we're going to identify what they are, we're going to learn how to find them, and then we're going to learn how to work with them. So we do have some, I guess, like foundational work here, like meeting your guides. And then there's another exercise there. As you know, someone who works their guides a lot, you may not necessarily need to do that, but it's always great when a book has that in there. And then moving into different types of bad vibes, you know, like, and I love that this, I can see here, it's like your own bad vibes, like owning your own shit before you start looking outward. So this, I'm so excited. I haven't actually read this, but I have been looking forward to this so much. And I can tell just from the quick flip through that there is going to be a lot of really good stuff in here. I can already, just a sense that this has been well thought out. And again, this does not surprise me at all, knowing of Devon. So excited. This is Bad Vibes Field Guide. Anyone who's a psychic or who does energy work, I would recommend to get this. I mean, something that I'm constantly aware of when I'm working is clearing out things and taking ownership. I'm often asked to go to people's houses and to speak to people. And obviously when I'm reading for people, sometimes in person, you know, I have to be able to clear things off and not take anything on. So I'd recommend this to like any practitioner. I think it's safe to say that I have got my my spooky season reads so ready. This is Unquiet Voices by Rob and Noni Douglas, The Magical Art of Laying Ghosts. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is another book that I haven't read, but I am super excited to read this because, again, this is one of my favorite kind of topics for my own like curiosity and just, I don't know, I really, really love it. So this came out in 2024. Okay, so let's have a look here. So we've got part 1, The Arcana of the Unseen, The Arts of Necromancy, The Arcana of the Unseen Worlds, Cosmology of the Soul, Sublunary Spirits, Necromantic Classifications, Signs of Unquiet Spirits. And then part 2 is Working in the Field, Essential Skills, Toolkit, Rights for Working on Site, Model for Inquiry, Analysis. That's so great. A model for inquiry and a model of analysis. So important. Pathways to resolution and to methods of laying of ghosts. And there's conclusions and terms. Like, again, this reminds me of the Devon book where it's like, it's important to have this methodical way of doing things and not just going into a space and assuming, you know, like The Mummy, one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. This is cursed, that is cursed, everything is cursed, right? It's like, make sure you are doing the work. And I love that there's figures in here. Stop it. I am so excited. I feel like I'm going to absolutely smash through these. So this talks about the different ways you can use this book. So there's like, you can just look at it from a practical book. You can look at it through understanding it from a universal or an education kind of a sense. And then we move into the arts here. This looks like it's going to be a heavy one too, and I'm not surprised with the actual kind of lineage of the authors and how long they have been doing what they're doing. So yeah, does not surprise me. I mean, like, oh my gosh, my like all of my stuff that it makes me so interested in all of this is getting so excited. And again, this might not be something that you read and you're like, oh no, this isn't for me. And there's been quite a few books like that where I've read them and gone, okay, well, that's not necessarily what how I would do things. I do believe it's great to have an idea. And look at all of this. Look at this glossary at the back. Yum. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed. Oh, and there's grid paper. I am so looking forward to reading this, but this also just looks like such a yummy occult esoteric book. I'd love to hear if you've read this, if you want to let me know, but I haven't seen too many people talking about it, so I had to share it with you because it's one of my favorite subjects of just like interest for myself. Talking with the Tarot is by Samantha Rose Hicks, and it is basically like having a conversation with your cards, and really looking at it from a very casual but approachable kind of response. And I really enjoy this book, even from like a perspective of seeing it from a different reader's lens. I have actually read this. So one of the things that sometimes I kind of might skip over some of like the breaking down the deck, the structure, the introduction, but I want to show you the contents. So we have here the understanding of the tarot structure, the meeting the major arcana, then you meet the suit of pentacles, wands, swords, and cups, which is really interesting because a lot of the times I teach the other way around. I teach the cups first because I feel like emotions are a really easy access point, then the swords, then the wands, and then the pentacles, which I found really interesting. Then cementing the personal connection, setting yourself up for success, starting the conversation, spreads, and practice and profession. So there is quite a bit of chunky stuff to get into there. And then, so we go into the breakdown of the deck. So I love the way that this is really set out, like it's so pretty. And so here we have this lovely conversational tone. Have you ever met someone who is so innocently naive that you almost look up to them because of how stress-free they are? So what a great introduction. Then it kind of moves you into the symbols of the tarot, and then the reading, and then a personal connection for yourself, like, which is something that I recommend to all my students, of finding some way to cement it, and then some reversal prompt questions. So like when you read the card in reverse. Now this is a pretty, like I've seen this kind of format before, but what I do like is even through some of these cards, let me find this one, this like the Wheel of Fortune. So, here you are, meeting your first non-human figure in the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. This may suddenly begin to create a block for you visually, but I want you to take a moment and look at the Wheel of Fortune. Look directly in the middle of the wheel, right in the center. Do you suddenly feel as though you're staring into an eye? Good. That's how I want you to picture this card. You're staring into the eye of destiny right now, the personification of fate. So I really like how Samantha shows different perspectives of each of these cards. So it is a great one to have if you're learning the cards. You could put this into your card a day practice. You could also just come in here and read it from cover to cover because there are, different aspects of here, like, got conversations with spreads, and then really diving into each of the positions in the spread, so you kind of got an idea of what you're looking for. And it is really, and then we have here, what are the rules of having a practice? Again, pretty general, but a good way, good things to have in a tarot book. And nothing is ever going to replace, experience. So I like that Samantha does tell you to kind of get into it and start conversations with your deck straight away. So this is Talking with the Tarot, a lovely book that is not going to be, high in the esoteric framework and a bit of a brain bruiser, as I like to call them, but something where you can grab a lovely cup of tea, a bicky, and just like really enjoy a casual and informative approach to the tarot. And I found as I was reading the book, I was like getting inspiration for like my own little, I have my journal with a whole bunch of notes in it for each tarot card. And I found myself using that. So that's it's a pretty solid book for me if I'm doing that. When I tell you I have been dying for this deck to come out, I'm not even joking. The Forest of Enchantment Oracle is the companion to the tarot deck. And you don't need the tarot deck to work with this, but obviously I'm going to be so excited to use this with the Forest of Enchantment tarot deck. I loved the Forest of Enchantment tarot deck so much, I bought 2 copies. So this is by Linnea Weatherstone and illustrated by Marilla Alwood. And oh my God, the art. I have been following both of them to see how this has been progressing, because I have been so looking forward. There's a couple of decks that are coming out next year too, which I am like frothing for. It does have a shiny back, so that's not, we've been seeing some of the linen stock, so it's not the linen stock, but look at the sheer detail. Honestly, this makes me go like, fuck AI so hard. When this type of talent is in the world, we should be supporting the shit out of it. It's a big deck. It's probably a little bit bigger than some of the other Oracle decks that I've got. I don't have any like right on me, so I can't kind of get it, but it is she is large and in charge here. So if you have big old hands, I would just like fan it out and pick a card. But look, I'm sorry to probably ruffle some feathers, but I think a deck like this deserves to be big. Like I've always said I wanted a Shadowscapes Tarot to be large. I hope the Verdance Tarot, Stephanie's new one's going to be larger, because look at the detail in this. Right down, I mean, you might not be able to see, but right down to the tears in her cloth. There's like tiny little pins in here. There's just so much snot and detail. Like it's so beautiful. And the tarot deck was the same. So I love hagstones so much. I have a collection of them and they make me so happy. So we have the hag, the bard's song. Like I can see the holes in the flute and the pamphlet. Like it's just like, you know, every little leaf in this fire. Oh my God. I have been resisting seeing any walkthroughs of this because I didn't want to ruin my first impressions, but I am in love with this card. Oh my God, I love it so fucking hard. Look at this beautiful fucking card. I love Ribbits, Changeling, a Parliament of Rooks. God, that's gorgeous. The Oak King and the Holly King. Oh my goodness, the Bramble Brigade. This is like the world that I want to live in, you know. Take me there, I don't want to live here anymore. Tea with a Fawn. Literally, I will live in a tree house. I'm done. So if someone knows how to get there to this enchanted forest, please let me know. I'm so finished. Jenny Wren. And you can see every single vein in these gorgeous leaves. There's a tiny little ladybug here. Like the detail is so incredible. You want to dive into the card, and that is like there's a pentagram in there. I'm speechless. I knew this was going to be beautiful. The Swan Sister, I knew it. Like, how could it not be when the tarot deck is so stunning? And the tarot deck is not a traditional deck. It has some different card titles, but it's so gorgeous. Gingerbread House. Me, I would be worried about the bugs. Look, I know this is an enchanted forest, but I'd be like, you know what happens with sugar? Bugs. Bugs happen with sugar. Mushroom picnic. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm sure I'm saying the same things over and over. The questing beast. Oh, lonely gnome, I'd give you a hug. Lawkeeper's bookshop. See? Just send me there. Send me there with a cup of tea and just leave me alone. I would miss too much. Oh my God. Fairy godmother. But it is definitely tempting. The sacred spring, my goodness. Like we've got a hagstone. We've got these, what are these? Gemstones down here, I believe. All the rainbows. Oh my goodness. Door into summer. Oh. Door into winter. Oh, I love this. Oh, I'm getting ideas. Witch in the Glen. Oh, so gorgeous. She's a little birdie up there. All these animals, like this little bubba's getting some care, and little mice up here. Oh, little wedgehog. Just gorgeous. You are here. Oh, look, it's a stone with all of the map. Beautiful. The three boars. Oh my goodness. Woodwose. Beautiful. Treasure. And all the detail in these little treasures. I have seen, you know, some of these card titles before. Like I have one in Treasure in my Awakened Soul Oracle, but then there's some that are completely unique to this. Good Company. Just gorgeous. And I love that mix. Foxfire. Oh. The Wild Hunt. Heck yeah. Obviously, this is very pagan. A Dragon's Nest. Which suits me just fine because, you know, pagan. Trolls. Brownies and Bees. Love both of these so much. I'm going to have to go to Linnea Weatherstone's, Moralia Orwood's website and see if I can get like journals or prints or something of some of these because they're fucking gorgeous. Bower of Dreams. The Stone Hairs. Oh, wow, wow, wow. The White Lady. Beautiful. This deck is calling to me so hard. I'm having difficulty moving to the next card. Like it is crazy sauce. The Weird Sisters. It is bloody stunning. Branch of Summoning. Cloak of Vanishing. Feather of Finding. Ooh. And the Vial of Light. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look in the book. So it is all fully illustrated. And then we have, these are the boons. Yeah, that makes sense. I have a deck of boons and banes. So getting to know the deck, spreads and readings using the cards of tarot, which I feel is really great because we know, many of us know this does come, there is a companion tarot. Thou shalt not might reach the head, but it takes once upon a time to reach our heart. Philip Pullman. So this is fairy tales, a little bit of everything in here. I mean, I love fairy tales and when we tell these tales to our children in the next generation, that oral history moves on and moves forward. So we have single card, 3 card storyteller spread, and the forest folk spread. And then using the oracle cards of tarot. Whoops. And then we go into the cards. There's not a huge part. I actually have a blog post on using the oracle cards of tarot. Maybe I need to do another one. If you want me to do another one, let me know. But there we have a hag. So we have some keywords on the left-hand side, and then the oracle's advice and lawkeeper's notes. Beautiful, large images on the other side. Absolutely stunning. And then we have the boons at the back. And then some lawkeeper messages. Oh, smash. Total smash. Out of the park. Love it. The Forest of Enchantment Oracle. Oh, take me away. Hey, this is the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. This is for all of my people who love horses. This is by Tina Tack Anderson, art by Dianita. I'm so sorry if I have butchered the fuck out of that. This comes in a lovely big box, and we have another card holder. So rad. And they're starting to do this too, where you've got like a code, and then you're seeing like a little about for each person who's worked on the deck, which is really cool. So this has got a big old box and it's got a big old box and a big old book, and she's a big old deck. So what I'm going to do is pop that over the side to look at the cards. Beautiful reversible backs. Are these gorgeous Palominos or Arabians? I don't know which ones they are. I love Palominos. It has that light linen finish. Again, very similar to the Hedgewitch. Okay. Fool. Yeah, it's a Scottish dog. The Magician, beautiful. So horses are pretty amazing. I used to love horses. I went to equestrian camp when I was a girl guide, and my mum and my sister had horses. They're so cute. And I'm sure there's a lot of lore about these horses that I'm missing because I'm not necessarily a horse girl. But what I do love is how this is showing so many different ways in which we interact with horses and how important they are in partnership with humanity. Can you imagine what we would have done without them? They were our first modes of transportation. They have been guides through so much spiritually and actually on the material realm. They have brought riches. Oh my gosh, the Valkyrie. Oh, that's gorgeous. They brought riches to people through racing. They brought economy. They've helped with agriculture, travel. Oh, look at that. That devil card is fucking everything. Oh, that's gorgeous. And like I said, I'm sure I'm missing some like maybe there's some lore here that I'm missing because I'm not necessarily a horse girl. That moon is amazing too. Holy shit. The detail in these cards are stunning. Dianita, unfrickin' believable. Look at that world card. Holy shit. So I think if you are a horse person, you're going to fucking froth at the mouth at this deck. It's based on Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, so you can, pick it up and read with it very easily. But I love the interpretation, and this is a example of a themed deck done thoughtfully, well, respectfully, because there's no rushing, there's no laziness in the interpretations. Look at the care that has been put in everything. You can tell by the art. This is what I love to see, even if the theme is something that I'm not necessarily like. Yeah, I'm not a horse person, but look at this. We have industry, and I love that the pentacles have got different industry. We might not, I hate the circus, but right, look at the different forms of industry that these horses have helped us with. Again, really hate animals in circuses, but we have police, mining, we have people going to market, then there's show, like victory, ploughing. I love Clydesdales, right there, draft horses. Like a movie set, bringing families together. Absolutely gorgeous. Someone who's making saddles. Wow. It's so beautiful. I'd love to hear if you are a horse person and if you're working with this. And this looks like this might, warriors or different types of warrior animals, horses or competitions. So horse racing, which I fucking hate. Cross country, polo. I love that this is like that competitive nature, and the swords too, because it's like, however you feel about it, the swords is a really good representation of it, right? Because dressage and jumping, shit, jockey down. Jumping. Is that polo? I'm not fancy enough to know what polo shit looks like, to be honest. Like, that's a fancy thing that other people do. So rodeos. A lot of horse stuff. I think it comes from my sister worked at a very prestigious equestrian school in Western Australia for a long time, and just knowing sometimes they used to rescue horses from tracks that would be killed when they are no longer useful, and it's just so tragic the way a lot of them are treated. So I struggle with that, and I would probably struggle a little bit with that imagery if I was working with it, but I also don't have the experience of doing all this, right? I don't go to rodeos. I've been to one. And it wasn't even it was in Western Australia, but I've been to one. So I feel like I don't know enough about some stuff to make a comment, but I do know that some industries like horse racing, fucking hate it. It's cruel, and that's just my zhuzh, but I like that it's the swords. Okay, so if we open up the Seven of Wands, cutting, unbridled spirit of the message. So we have a message here: defy holding the cow back from the herd. With blinders on, when faced with a challenge, it's not uncommon to have some doubt or indecision, and then a connection exercise. So do you allow others to trample you? Seven of Wands wants you to show how to stand your ground without being disrespectful. Calmly, firmly say what you need to say, offering a reason if answering a yes or no question. And also, you don't even fucking have to. No is a whole fucking sentence. But I love the book. Like they always do such a great job with the books, like the formatting. Do we have a horseshoe? Yeah, horseshoe. Of course we have a horseshoe spread. Okay, so it tells you how to read the book, how to use the cards, reading rituals. I like jumping in the middle because I want to see what you get, answering some questions, and a little bit about the horses. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I mean, like simply gorgeous. I feel like this is going to be perfect for people who love horses and who have worked with them or still do. And a beautiful Rider-Waite-Smith-esque deck, a themed deck done so, so, so beautifully. Okay, this is the Hedgewitch Tarot, and I just wanted to go through a couple of things. Look at this. They have this reinforced cardboard card holder. Love that as something new. I wonder if this is going to be like the new box and sort of presentation set, you know. Maybe everyone was complaining about the big boxes, but then I've got another one here that's in the big box. Oh no, I think that's really freaking cool. And this was just sitting on top. So this is the Hedgewitch Tarot by Tudor-Beth and illustrated by Angela Rizar. And I have been really excited about this deck. We have a couple of spare cards, which I'll pop over there. And then this is the back. I haven't looked at this at all. I just wanted to basically have this as something I would see firsthand with you. It has it's got a really light finish, linen finish to the cards, not as much as like the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, but there is still a linen finish. Beautiful. Okay, so I've been really excited about this deck. So let's see what it is all about in the art, and then we'll go into the book. Really beautiful, detailed cards so far. I love the dappling effect on the art. And we can immediately see that we're not dealing with a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith titles. This is a beautiful Empress. Wow, look at all the detail in this. So far, I am not disappointed at all. Oh my goodness. I feel like this is going to be a deck that I work with for my own work. I love that we have this pillar, one pillar of the tree and one pillar of the books. The artwork almost glows. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this through my camera, but it does almost glow with the layers of the light, of the dappling. I love this chariot. Oh, strength. Wow. They really have been knocking it out of the ballpark with decks that have got gorgeous artwork. Look at the art around the wheel as well for each one of the sabbats. As you would imagine, it being called the Hedgewitch Tarot, it is very hedge witchery. So if that's something you're not into liminal space, not into spirit beings or beings that don't 100% make sense, then this is not going to be for you. Oh, death is beautiful. But if you're, you live in that in between, oh wow, temperance is gorgeous too. And this is something that you work with. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Wow. Then you are really going to love this Dryad. Yeah, so far, oh, look at the star. I love that she's almost like a hippie. These pentacles and the moon. Wow. The sun. Yeah, because these are totally like witches you would see out there, right? Like working with these liminal beings. Oh, the world is so stunning. This is so beautiful. I love that the cups have got the color palette of reds, pinks, greens, and blues. Not always something you see with the cups, but with the reds and the pinks, it makes total sense because we're dealing with like the heart chakra, security. Oh, I love this. Oh, that dress. I want that dress so bad. Holy fuck, this is a beautiful deck. Okay, going to need a second copy of this one as well. My goodness. Tipping them out. Look at that, like intentionally sitting at a river and pouring what no longer serves you into the river, returning it, transmuting it. I love, love, love. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. I love everything about this. Princess for page, prince for knight. Very easy to understand the change in the court. Oh my God. Oh, as I go through this, you'll see the transition here into depth, okay? So we have sitting on the rocks. Now we're becoming more of this elemental liminal being. And now we are almost submerged, and now we are fully submerged with this gorgeous sea dragon. Oh my goodness, a Yule tree. Between the hedges, guys, of course. And the season of winter for pentacles. Oh my stars. Oh my stars. Wow, wow. Wowity wow, wow. I'm kind of trying really hard not to get too sucked into this deck because I really could with all of the, oh my God, all of the images and meaning and symbols and layers. Okay, autumn for the swords. I want that dress too. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is. I have definitely cried over fallen trees many, many times, and I am never afraid to admit it. Wow. Holy, this gathering storm. Beautiful. I can't wait to see what's in this book. Gorgeous. Look at all the eyes and the tree, the birches back in the background. Oh, little goobly goblins. Beautiful. So fucking pretty. Wow, that's my, Gemini, and then I often associate with the Queen of Swords. Oh. I apologize to everybody for like showing you these decks and for the hit that I'm sure your wallet's going to take because holy shit, I love this, like the literal liminal here because I mean, I'm not, because I would rather show you these and then you go and support these creators and artists and show you what you're getting. But yeah. Whoa. Stunning. Obsessed. I am officially obsessed. And so, oh, there you go. There's the stand. And it has a nice chunky book. So we have here Ace of Cups, love, reversed, unloved, loss, one card answer. Yes, the border. The Ace of Cups is represented by a single lavender stalk in full bloom on a background of the softest pink heart growing out of a beautiful golden cup nested on roses. Giant pink hydrangeas surround the lavender cup of love. Lavender is one of the primary aphrodisiac compounds. So here we go. I just want to have a look. The veil. Love has been avoiding you of late. Send out a plea to the goddess of love herself, Aphrodite, on a Friday night. Mix in a mortar and pestle, dried or fresh lavender, basil and rose. Grind and mix it together until they are fine. Sprinkle near your doors and windows while saying the words, I seek you here, I seek you there, I seek love everywhere. Send to me, Goddess above, someone to please love. So very much about the magic. Lots of, so it seems like the writing is kind of like the card meaning. And so let's have a look. The writing, so the border is the tail of the card. That's what I get for opening the book midway. The border is the tail of the card and details where it can be found in the world or worlds. The Hedgewitch works in 2 worlds, and so does this deck. The border is the beginning of the meaning of the card for you, and just with any border, there are 2 parts to it, the meaning and the esoteric lessons waiting for you to encounter. The writing is the next level to the meaning and is the actual knowledge you must journey or ride to that meaning. The lesson is waiting for you, and all you must do is accept it and what you physically need to do for the outcome to become a reality. Writing is the term used for the activity of going to the other world or place of high magic. It can be done through a form of meditation, trance, or literally transporting oneself to another world. The veil is the physical guide you can experience. Each card has a unique practice such as a spell, charm, prayer, meditation that can help lift the veil and see your path as a venture through the hedge and ride the border. Gorgeous. And there's so much in here. I'm so excited to have this. I can see this coming out. Even though we've got the seasonal placements of the cards, I can see this coming out in fall, which is right around the corner and be in heavy rotation. I would use this for myself, and I would use this for my coven members, people that I work with in those intimate in-between spaces, because it feels like that kind of deck. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. But that's the Hedgewitch Tarot, and it did not fucking disappoint at all. I love it. This is the Kaleidoscopic Tarot, or Kaleidoscopic Tarot. This is from Lo Scarabeo and produced by Malapulia and Maddalena Guidoni. I have probably butchered that. So like a lot of Lo Scarabeo, we have the book in different languages, which is, you know, I don't care. I'm not getting a Lo Scarabeo deck or a deck in a box like this and thinking it's going to have like a huge book, right? It does come with the standard like 2 extra cards. I like turning these into bookmarks. I love these backs. Oh my gosh, I'm really, really into these backs. I think it's also because I love these colors. So I'm just going to, hopefully you can see. So we have the Fool. I love this angular expression of the cards. I really enjoy the look of these cards. I love that they're angular. It's almost like pop art. It's so funky. It kind of reminds me, not in the artwork actually at all, but the Silicon Valley Tarot, the Silicon Dawn, where it was like not everyone kind of got it, but it's completely out of print now. And I love this braille on the High Priestess. Yeah, it reminds me of pop art, playing card art in a lot of the geometric structures. But then you can see all of the symbols in here. You know, we've got tons of symbols of prosperity in the Empress. Even in the shape of her body, we have the ram, we have the eagle, we have the ankh, we have the crown. Like everything is still there for the Emperor. But the angles are so fun, which is so interesting because the angles in the what's it called? The Thoth, I don't like, but I really, really like the angles in this. So it's such a fun deck. It's so colorful. Oh my gosh, like look at this. It's so cool. And it's not like anything I have in my collection. I love it when a deck comes along and it's like so different in the way that it is presented, but it is so immediately readable. I know I could just grab this and put it in my, you know, my rotation. Oh my God, I love that. And have no problem. And I think a lot of people would really, really like this deck. Like, oh my gosh. This is so fucking cool. Have you guys seen this deck out in the wild? It's so rad. I kind of want a second copy. You know it's a good deck. You know it's getting the seal of approval from me when I want a second copy. When I want a second copy, we all know it's ring-a-ding-ding time for it. Like, I don't do that with every deck, but when I find one I like to have a double. It is so fun. Yeah, I would read with this for clients, no hesitation. Oh, I love that they're actually in the water. It's playful and colorful and dynamic. Oh my God, look at that 7 of Cups. As a tractor goes outside, you can hear that. Hello, tractor. Oh my goodness, look at that 8 of Cups. Shut up. Oh, interesting. It's like the 9 of Cups here. We have this very fancy woman, but there's no one sitting with her, but she's got all these lovely things in front of her. That's an interesting, and a half full decanter. I love this deck. Look at that. You even got an operatic little song from me. Oh, the turtle. Stop. Oh my gosh. And then it's 2 turtles, this fish. Yep. I am obsessed. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that perspective. Dead on arrival, everybody. Again, I would love to hear if you're working with it. I haven't, mind you, I've been very bad at being able to watch a lot of YouTube videos because I have been just on the fucking struggle bus. I love the bees, but I'd love to hear if you've seen anybody else working with this. I love this. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. She reminds me very much of Hera or Demeter, but like look at all the animals in there and the grapes, and then he's got the same. Oh my goodness. Even that Ace of Wands, like it's like love, lovety love, McLove. This is so fucking cool. Like even here, look, you've got people who are connected to each one of these competitors. Like what a fucking cool perspective. This reminds me of Valkyries, you know. Oh, this reminds me of Heracles fighting the Hydra. I adore this. This reminds me very much of a lot of, I love the multiculturalism of like Spartans. Oh, stop. I'm dead on arrival, guys. Look at her. Fuck. She's beautiful. Oh my God, he's awesome too. Yep. I'm officially now obsessed with this. I love the light coming through here. Swashbucklers. Someone's had to walk that plank. Oh, the crocodiles. Or the caiman. Someone's sleeping. He stole the swords and he's leaving. This man in the nudies. Oh. Wow. Look at that 9 of Swords. Yep, that person is dead. I actually do not mind this card being as bloody, vivid, visceral as it is, because it should be. I'm sorry, but the Ten of Swords should be. Very Napoleon era. Oh my goodness. Love. Okay, this is a fucking knockout for me. So this is the Kaleidoscopic Tarot, and yeah, I can't wait to read with it. This is the Pastel Prism Tarot, and I want to say I really like the new boxes. They have like a linen finish. They're really easy to open, even though there's no like cutout. It just sort of like just opens, like I'm not doing anything, and it just super easy to open. So I really love that. This is by Jad Madley or Maddie and Alice Mastrolio. And we have again the multilingual little pocket, little white book. Gorgeous backs. And they are reversible, which is lovely. Look at that fan. So pretty. This is such a fun deck. I actually did look through this because I'd been waiting for this for a while. I haven't read with it, but I really enjoyed this lovely deck. This really reminds me of like play and joyfulness, and you know, I'm a big fan of anime and things like that, and so it really reminded me of some anime characters. I love the well thought out color palettes for each of the cards, that they're different, that we have a different border. The Empress fabulous. Give me all the hairy legs with tattoos. I'm here for it, and I want that chair. It's so fun. This is a really fun deck that is not strictly beholden to gender stereotypes, which I think is really lovely for many people we read for. And it's also Rider-Waite-Smith. Look at that cool hermit based. So it's going to be an easy, I love little mice. It's going to be very easy to read. This is one that I would recommend to younger tarot readers, you know, people who are in their, look how cute that death card is. She's so cute. You know, in their teens, tweens, early 20s. I mean, I'm drawn to this now. Like, that devil is so cool, let alone later on in life. But I love the ombre on the sides of the different borders that it incorporates. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Rainbow Tarot in that way. But isn't it fun? I love these, like the two hands with the strings. It's like, ooh, who's the puppeteer? Like, look at that sun card. It just is so joyful. Little ghosts. This is not meant to be a comparison, but like it kind of gives me like mass market kitten chops, playful heart tarot, like the I'm pretty sure that's the name off my cuff. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. It has been a long week. But yeah, this sort of reminds me of that in a way, but this is obviously very different too. But I love that it doesn't take itself too seriously, but I love that we've got here people who've had top surgery. And as you've seen through the deck, we have very androgynous or non-binary people all the way through. And that's fantastic. I like having decks that are based on the Visconti Forza, very traditional from Europe in that time, you know, very traditional Lenormand, and the very early Rider-Waite-Smith and Thoth. But I also love having modern decks because tools, I feel, need to reflect the time in which they are created and the culture of the people who are using it. And quite simply, if you're looking at this and going, this is not for me, well then cool. It ain't for you. Just move on. Oh, I love that page. Like, no one's forcing you to have to work with it. No one's forcing you to have to love it. But there are people who would love to see representation in their deck, in decks and in their tools. And it really, you know, shows that we're progressing as a spiritual community where it's just like, it's not even thought of anymore, right? We're like, oh yeah, this might not be for me, but it's going to be for a lot of people. This would be perfect for Pride, which has just happened. Well, it's still happening here in Vancouver, BC, as I'm filming this. So great. I mean, this would be a great deck to bring out during a Pride event or a fundraiser, or just any time. But I would definitely have this on my table as a deck for my clients to choose. So when I'm reading at an event, I will have a bunch of decks and I will show my querents what they have access to, and then they pick. So I'd have this on there because it's just one of those decks where it's like, first of all, it's fabulous. It makes me so happy with the color. Reminds me a little bit of the Aurosoma too, which I actually now really want to go through my Aurosoma bottles and see which ones match with what, because I think it'd be really interesting with the colors. But I can put this in my practice and start reading with it straight away. There would be no, I have to figure out things. I like that for my working decks. Oh, she's so pretty. I love this. I absolutely love this. What a gorgeous, usable, fun, bright, joyful deck. That's the Pastel Prism Tarot. So before you go, please, can you answer this question for me in the comments? What book, either tarot or in spirituality, are you currently reading? I'd love to know what you're currently reading and what your thoughts are. It really helps my channel when we pop those comments in, and you can even let me know which one of the decks or books was your favorite or you're looking forward to getting your hands on the most. And as always, I super appreciate you all, and I'll see you all next time.